The next show we're going to be talking about is Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko, or Girls Last Tour.
This is another one I wanted to watch. And guess what?
Yep, another anime strike show. It is pretty good. Basically, just like we thought, there's these two girls. There are other people, not very many, and most of the world is run down, and a lot of things are broken. And it appears that this is a few generations in the future, because these two characters don't know what a fish is. One of them does, because she seems to be studious. Like, she reads up a lot of on a lot of things, and she gets a lot of information, and she's journaling her, like, chronicling her journey. She's like writing down, like, in a diary, like, what happens on certain days and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. There's like a huge difference between the two characters. It's like there's the dark-haired girl who's the smarter one, and then the blonde girl who's just the stronger one, but she's an airhead. There was
so
one.
they went with a stereotypical blonde in that regard.
That's funny. So it's a really, really interesting show. The world that they go through is pretty cool. There's certain parts where they're out in the open for a long time, and then there's other parts where they go inside this door, inside this building, and then they're in the building for days because they can't find their way out. It looks like electricity is gone, so it's not like they can walk inside of a building and flip on the switches or something like that. There is plenty of fuel around because at certain points they've gone and refueled their machine, or the little tank thing that they have. And basically they just spend a few days traveling, and then they spend a few days scavenging for things like they need, like fuel, food, munitions and stuff like that. Every now and then they'll stop and do like some target practice and stuff like that, but they've never come across a situation where they need to like shoot and kill something. I think all of the animals are dead too. So
they have they explained why the world is like that?
No. Out of the for the 3 episodes that I've seen, it's basically them finally getting out of this building, and then them finding this water source. Well, them trying to find warmth, and when they found warmth, they ended up finding this part of a city that has a waterfall. So then they end up can like take a bath and like swim around and stuff like that. And then the 3rd episode is them being lost inside of this gigantic city and trying to find a way across this huge trench. And it seemed kind of mechanical, like the whole city was like machinery, but not enough to where it seemed futuristic. It just seemed kind of weird. A lot, like, some of the cool things that I've seen in this show are they found a fish. Like when they were in the city where they were at the bottom of the waterfall and like bathing and washing their clothes and stuff like that. And a dead fish just floated by, and one girl picked it up. She's like, "Oh, what's this?" And another girl's like, "I think that's a fish." And you look at it, and like its eyes all pussy and like glazed over, and I'm like, ew. And it doesn't have any fins. It just has like the head part, then like a naked body, and then the tail. And then she's like, "Can we eat this?" And I'm like, "No, don't eat that." I'm like, "It's yellow. Fishes aren't supposed to be yellow." So they're like, "I think we can grill it," and then they eat it, and I'm like, it's missing fins. I got a pussy eye, and I'm like, "Why did y'all eat that?" And they're just fine. Then there's other parts where they are traveling, trying to get across this trench thing because they want to go up to the 2nd level of a city, which is kind of weird. Like, cities don't have a 2nd level, but every now and then there's like these giant towers that you can travel up, and then there's like a 2nd level to a city. So as far as the environments and everything go, it's pretty unique, pretty interesting. They end up seeing a person, and it's like this older dude, and he's just off by himself, and he's been mapping out the city, and he can't find a way across this ravine. So he sets off some explosions and makes a building fall and crash across it. And then he because he made the bridge, they're like, yeah, we can help you get over this thing. You can just hop into the back of our tank. So like they spend like half a day like trying to ride up the building and like lifting debris out of the way so the tank can actually like climb across it, and then they get down. And they end up making it to the tower and like travel up this giant lift. And I'm not good with heights, so I'm like, and the main girl, she's not good with heights either. So both of us are like, no, don't move too much, don't make it like fall or anything. And the guy, he's been making this map for like a very, very long time. So you're like, it's a very important thing to him. And something happens, and like the map goes flying off the edge and just papers everywhere. And I'm like, no. And it's really cool because it's like, I've only known that dude for 10 minutes. And because of how quickly they built his character, I immediately feel for him when like things like that happen. So they're really, really good at building characters. And the animation style is pretty good. Every now and then when they'll switch the tank to CG, and you can immediately tell because like the girl's face looks kind of silly. Because she'll be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden she'll be like, eh. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so like the CG part, they're not like as good as Infinity Force, but they use it sparingly. So yeah, great characters, great environments, nice animation style, and the world that they're developing is really, really cool. Like I have no idea where it's going. Like it's kind of aimless. They're like, you know what? What's up there? I don't know. Let's go up there. And they're like, oh, okay. The one thing they want to find some more fish. So I'm like, don't. Y'all are gonna get sick. Please.
Don't eat the yellow bus-filled fish.
So that's where they're heading on episode 3. They're like, they got into the second level, and then they're trying to head to where the stream began so they can find out where that fish came from. But I'm like, I get it because they need more food, but don't eat that fish, please.
Don't eat the fish.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I recommend it whenever it's off of Anime Strike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When it's not on Amazon Strike. You know, they're saying, oh, they added in this spice and it made the cooking that much better. Or they did this specialty and did this. You know, and it's interesting to see. And it just, for people who enjoy.
And he's like, hey, I'm the bad guy. Slice everybody into pieces. And I'm like, what the hell? And like, there's like chunks